Guys, so for today's video, I'm going to share with you pieces from the new Buxom White Russian collection. So I have the eyeshadow palette, and then I also have the highlighter, the Wanderlust Glow Highlighter in the shade White Russian. And then I have a couple of other Buxom products that I will also apply. The Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Cream. This is the sample I have in the shade White Russian, and this is, I think, their kind of hero product that inspired this whole collection. I think this is a bestseller for them, so I will apply that. And then I also have a, I guess, sample of the Buxom Lash Mascara, so I will use that as well, just to kind of round the collection out with as many Buxom products as I can. So, to tell you a little bit about this product, this is an eye and cheek palette. So the external box, like so, and then it has the shades on the back. So this is made in the USA, has a 12-month shelf life. There are 6 eyeshadows and 2 blushes. And the back says, intoxicating primer-infused color for cheeks and eyes. Get our signature sultry look with 2 new shades of Wanderlust blush and 6 eyeshadows inspired by our best-selling shade, White Russian. It looks like they do have talc in the ingredient list. So that's basically it as far as the box goes. So the actual palette, it is a cardboard, has the same design on the front. I'm not crazy about this packaging, to be honest. I kind of wish they hadn't put someone's face on it, but there we go. And then it also has the shade names and everything on the back. They're not colored like they are in the box for whatever reason. And then you open it up and you do get a mirror here. It's a magnetic palette. And those are the blushes and the eyeshadows, and I will swatch them for you. So there is a protector on the mirror. And it says hashtag Buxom Babe right there. I could do without that. So fairly standard packaging there. This does retail for $39 on the Ulta website. I was able to get 20% off using one of these coupons that Ulta sent in the mail. So, you know, that helped the price a little bit. And what does that take it down to? Almost like $32. So I'm a little bit happier paying something in the low 30s as opposed to almost $40. And it says it is a limited edition primer infused eye and cheek palette with 2 new Wanderlust blush shades and 6 new high impact shadows. So you could serve a full look inspired by Buxom's iconic shade. The 6 eyeshadow shades have a mix of matte, satin, shimmer, and sparkle finishes. They do have some suggestions for where to apply each shade. Okay. So that's basically it for the palette. And I did purchase 3 of the Wanderlust blushes when they went on sale. Was it Black Friday? So I'd already had a chance to try out the formula, so we'll see how these compare. I will go ahead and apply some of these shades. I've applied my base makeup and my eyeshadow primer. Let's see, I guess I can try to use the mirror that they've provided. I don't know if anyone enjoys that. So, they do have a matte cream shade in here, which I was happy to see. And I guess we'll zoom in a bit since we're gonna be doing some eyeshadow. All right, so going into this matte cream called Take a Dip, and just kind of applying that all over. I already put some kind of setting powder over the primer, so I don't know if this is strictly necessary, but why not? Okay. So the next one, that was my Inglot 28 PO brush, by the way, just kind of a dense pal brush. Then going in with my MAC 286, which is a duo fiber tapered brush. I'm going to go into the shade Decadent, which is a matte, I guess, light medium brown. And just starting to kind of create some definition. So I'd say this is a palette that's well suited for my skin tone. And perhaps the original White Russian shade is as well. If you are of a deeper complexion, I'll show you some swatches, but I don't think this is a situation where they're showing up a lot darker on the lid than they would in the pan. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Rephr, do I want to take this one? This is the Rephr number 23 brush. It's a very tiny pencil brush, into the same shade Decadent, and just going along the lower lashes. Like so. Okay, so I think it is time to go into the shimmery shades. I'm going to take my Chikuhodo GSN 9 brush and go into the shade Reveal, which is this middle one right here. And I'm just going to start off, looks like that might be the lightest shimmery shade. So I'm just going to start off in the kind of inner third. Alright, not getting a ton of payoff. Alright, so next going into Indulge, which is this darker shade up here. Apply that. Okay, so that's showing up a bit better. All right, and then finally going into Smoke Show, which is, I guess, the next to last darkest shade. And so I'd say these shades are not like the most kind of dramatic. They do blend very easily. I feel like I need another mirror. Going back in with, what is this called? Indulge. I'm trying to even this up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my ring finger and then go into the Reveal shade and try to get a bit more of, oh, you can feel the fallout. This doesn't have like a really kind of big poppy highlight shade, which is something I would like. I think I'm going to try applying the highlighter though as an eyeshadow just to see if that helps. So I don't hate it. I don't know if this is, you know, worth rushing out for. I might deepen it up with the last shade, which would mean, I guess, that I've used all of them. Might as well. This last one called After Dark, which looks like maybe a dark brown with sparkle. Let's see, I definitely got like a line there. Going back in with Indulge. Again, going back in with Indulge and a little bit of Reveal. This is definitely more, I guess, of a dramatic look with the dark shade added than I would probably typically go for if I were going anywhere. But that's the beauty of doing your makeup at home in front of a camera, is that you can experiment and play around with it. I'm next going to use this Spectrum brush, Spectrum 607. There's lots of brands that make a brush like this. Going back into Take a Dip, which is that matte cream shade, and just kind of going over to make sure everything is kind of blended. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it there. All right, so next let's do the blush. I guess I'll start off with the lighter blush, which is called Moscow, and then probably go in after with the darker one. I think I might start with this Real Techniques Duo Fiber. This is the Duo Fiber face brush. I'm not sure if they still make this, but from what I remember of the other ones, they are just kind of making a mess of the pan though. I don't know if you can see that. So from what I remember of the other ones, these are quite pigmented. So it's a really pretty, like, mauve-y type blush. I don't know if they do any other eyeshadows in this Wanderlust formula, or if up until now it's all been blushes. All right, going into New York, which is the darker shade, just to kind of see. You can always build up blush. This is like a darker mauve. So you can see, even with the Duo Fiber and like kind of a light hand, like I'm holding it at the end, you definitely do get a good color payoff. So I like this blush formula. I think it looks good. It's not like overly flat. I'm gonna go in with a denser blush brush. This is the Rougher number 5. I'm gonna go back into the Moscow shade, just to kind of see. If you want a, you know, stronger look. Okay, so I think that's it for this palette. I pretty much used all of the products. So again, I will swatch those for you in a minute. But let's talk about the highlighter. So I did make myself a White Russian, by the way, in honor of the occasion. So cheers. I don't know what cheers is in Russian, but anyway. Okay, so this is called the Buxom Wanderlust Glow Illuminator. It's 3.6 grams, which is the same as the blush. So if you have that, and the packaging of the highlighter seems to be like pretty identical. This has silver on the brand name, and this has rose gold, I think. So slight difference there, but otherwise the component and everything is pretty similar. Again, this does have talc. This is also made in the USA, 12-month shelf life. And it says, show off your assets with pearlescent luminosity, primer infused for an ultra luxe application. And let's see if the website says anything interesting. Okay, so it says White Russian Wanderlust Glow Highlighter is a limited edition highlighter inspired by Buxom's iconic White Russian shade, a luminous pinky champagne color. Glide the silky highlighter across high points of the face to add instant radiance. Infused with primer for lasting luminosity, this creamy ultra luxe powder blends seamlessly for a lit from within glow. So that is pretty much it. All right, so that is what the product looks like, and I'm going to use the Anastasia A23 brush, and hopefully this won't be too dark. Okay, so I think that works. It's not like an icy highlight on me by any means, but I think this does work on my skin tone. And I think it would also probably work on a deeper complexion without being ashy. Kind of going a little overboard here. Okay, I think that's pretty. Oh, I did want to try applying the highlighter as an eyeshadow before I do the eyeliner, so let us try that. It's not like the creamiest, I don't think. I guess that made a little bit of a difference in terms of lightening it up. I think I do prefer it as a highlighter though. All right, so going in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Eye Pencil in the shade Coffee. Seems appropriate. All right, so I use the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, and then going in with my Surratt. Actually, let me get this mascara ready to go. Hopefully this is still relatively fresh. This is the, it just says Buxom Lash Mascara in Blackest Black. So that is what that looks like. Still seems pretty wet. It's not my favorite type of brush, but you know. Okay, so that is the mascara. I'm curious what the claims on this are supposed to be. It says, go big with Lash Mascara. This richly pigmented, vitamin-enriched, clump-free formula intensely volumizes while separating and defining every single lash from root to tip. Okay. So if you like a really feathery, separated lash look, I think you might like this mascara. For a non-waterproof formula, I think my lashes still look pretty lifted. And I did go in with at least, I think, 3 coats. So, you know, again, it's not my new favorite, but I've tried worse. I feel like this eye is like the bad, the bad lash eye. Some of these lashes just want to stay kind of clumped together. I mean, there aren't really clumps, but they just like to hang out together. All right, so last but not least, we're going in with the OG Plumping Lip Cream. And I was kind of debating whether or not to apply a lip liner, but I think I'm just going to apply this, and then if I need to you know, remove it or whatever. So my lips are pretty dry at the moment. I did apply some lip balm earlier. So you don't get a lot of color payoff, and it does have like a tingling feel to it. It's a nice color, but I would just as soon not have that plumping feel to it. And I wish, you know, if I weren't doing this for a video, I probably would have applied like a nude lip liner underneath just to give my lips a little bit more color. Okay, so let's zoom out. So let me know what you guys think of the look. I will do some swatches for you. So I guess I'll just start by applying the lip product. So you can see it doesn't have a ton of opacity or color payoff to it. And next to it, I will apply the highlighter. And that is what that looks like. It does look darker than my skin tone, but I think on the face, like, you know, with the blush and everything, it doesn't look like it casts a shadow or anything. You can let me know if you disagree. All right, and then I guess I'll apply, I'm gonna do some comparison swatches as well. So New York feels not quite as smooth as Moscow. So that was Moscow and New York. I think they have, maybe more so New York than Moscow, has a bit of a sheen to it, so it's not like a completely flat product. Okay, so next up, I'll do a cutaway of the eyeshadow swatches. Okay, so from left to right, we have Take a Dip, which they say is a matte beige pink, Reveal, which they say is a shimmering pink taupe, Indulge, which they say is a metallic pink sparkle, Decadent, which they say is a matte pink nude, Smoke Show, which they say is a shimmering chocolate pink, After Dark, which they say is a gray with pink sparkle. I'm glad they didn't call that a black because I don't think it is a true black. And then the blushes here we have Moscow, which is a pale pink, and New York, which is a tawny rose. So those are all the swatches in the palette. And on the back of the box here, they say Moscow is for the top of the cheek, New York is for the cheek, Take a Dip is for the brow bone, Reveal is for the inner corner, Indulge is for the lid, Decadent is for the crease, Smoke Show is for the lower lash line, and After Dark is for the upper lash line. So if you just need a total paint by numbers, you can go by that. Okay, and then I swatched the other Buxom blushes that I have on my other arm here. So again, from left to right, we have Moscow and New York, which are the shades in the palette. And then next to them, I have the shades I have, which are Dolly, and then Ibiza, and then finally Mykonos. So I think the last three, the singles that I have, are more pigmented. So if you are looking for a deeper blush, maybe look to some of the ones in their permanent line. I am hopeful that they will put these blushes on sale for half off again during the next 21 Days of Beauty like they did for Black Friday. So if you are interested in those, be on the lookout. Okay, so here are some highlighter comparison swatches. So again, going from left to right, I have the Buxom Wanderlust in White Russian. The next one is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Smoking Whistles, which is that one right there. Next up is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. So that is Opal. The next one is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. The next one here is the Ofra highlighter in Covent Garden, which I think is one of the closer ones to White Russian. Covent Garden, and then this is also from Ofra. This is Rodeo Drive. And then I also swatched a couple of eyeshadows. So this is the Anastasia single eyeshadow in Pink Champagne, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Champagne. So if you have any specific requests, I can see if I have that product in my collection to do a comparison swatch, but I just grabbed the ones that I thought sounded similar based on the description. So those are the highlighters. Okay, so that's the White Russian collection in a nutshell. If I were to recommend anything, I would say I would hold off on the palette and maybe just get the highlighter if you are interested, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. I don't think the palette is maybe going to have enough punch for you. I like the look, but it's not, you know, knocking my socks off or anything like that. I think I can probably dupe this look fairly easily. I would perhaps consider depotting the blush shades, or if they ever release them as singles, maybe I would pick them up. I do like the blush formula, but as you saw from the swatches, they're not quite as pigmented as some of the other ones in their permanent line. Not a huge fan of the lip product. I just don't like kind of these tingly lip products like this. And the mascara is okay. So with that glowing recommendation, I guess the biggest success is just that the highlighter wasn't too deep for my skin tone, but I also think it would flatter other skin tones. So I hope you guys found that helpful in deciding whether or not to pick up anything from this collection. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.